Hello and welcome back once again. It's the grand finals and Cologne? I was going to say Cloud9. Cloud9? We'll stick with that. Cloud9 versus fnatic is going all the way. I mean, that felt like it was just within Cloud9's, Cologne9's. Let's just stick with this now. I'm just going to embrace it. Yeah, so Cologne9's grasp, I feel. What, don't you guys agree?
Yeah, I mean, first half was a bit of a back and forth. 9-6 half came through. It wasn't pretty. It was a lot of clutches, especially Freakazoid has to be pointed out, with a lot of crucial kills happening there. Then you got to point out the Molotov winning that 0 versus 3.
Oh my god,
situation. Yeah. Pronax.
So it was a lot of these odd situations actually that really summarizes that first half of the map.
Yeah, and I mean, going into the second half, I felt like they never really found a way to execute. Flusha was going insane, but I mean, the toilets area, like they constantly, like even in the pistol round, there was someone who they haven't cleared out toilets basically. They got flanked every single round. They went A, and it really messed with them. So I mean, I feel like that was a key point to make. They made too many pure long pushes.
Yeah, or I mean, basically they just couldn't deal with JW playing there as well. And then fnatic, they love to go for that 1-2 combination punch, having Olofmeister hiding behind the tree, JW peeking long. You try and take the fight with one, the other one's going to get you. And I mean, I think it was like Shroud who just kept getting caught by that. But of course, you know, it seemed like it was his role as well to jump out and like give the opportunity to Skadoodle to get that return, but it never really happened.
Did you? Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah, and a lot of the rounds also went to the very last seconds as well for Cloud9's T side, which is a bit of a problem. That's going to put a lot of pressure on you. Even though they did manage to get a bunch of those, but still, that really puts a lot of pressure on you when you only have like 10 seconds to work with and plant the bomb.
Yeah, and another point that needs to be made, surely, is that we were seeing a whole lot of entries as well from Cloud9. Freakazoid as well was a name that we are going to continue to mention, as he just kept picking up like these crucial frags. Like if he picks this up, they've won, and he was picking them up on numerous occasions.
So to me, this map here highlights why fnatic are such a dangerous team and why they are the world's best, is when you have probably one of your most consistent players, one of the top 2 players in the world right now, Crims, getting like 4 frags. Yeah, how many rounds in, right? And just non-existent, right? Not even on the map. And then Olofmeister as well was in the low single digits until well into the half. Yeah. And so you're thinking, well, okay, what do fnatic do when their heaviest hitters aren't stepping up? Well, guess what, guys? Yeah. It's this guy Flusha, and he's going to go ahead and drop a 30 bomb, and he's just going to completely save all these situations for you. You know, that's the beauty of fnatic. They at all times somebody can just step up and pick up the slack.
I mean, even we were talking and watching the game. He was caught in a very, very awkward situation where he was left alone on B because they kind of pushed through short and got to pick B, and he was left alone, and he picks up 3 frags just like that, and they win the round because of it. And it's, yeah, he was just incredible. Yeah.
I was going to say, where does this leave Cloud9 for Dust2? I mean, I don't want us to run out of time. I do want us to be able to talk about Dust2, because this was one of those ones where we were talking about, like, if they'd have picked up Overpass, Cloud9 had a real shot.
Yeah, seriously, I figured after Cobblestone, if they would have picked Overpass, this would have been their chance to actually clinch the series, because I feel Inferno is going to be very, very tough for them.
That's the issue.
Definitely. When it comes to Dust2, it's a map where... It's a map that fnatic doesn't specifically really pick a lot. They seem to like to ban it actually in a lot of matchups. But then again, when you look at the players and like how they like to play, you would think it really favors their playing style and how they just like to do a lot of aggressive things and do a lot of things on the fly. You saw a masterful performance out of them yesterday against Virtus Pro. A lot of great late round calls from Pronax. A lot of great individual plays, and yeah, it was beautiful to watch that last night.
I think this the big thing here is going to be like the test for Sean Gares, because so far, you know, he's shown that he's been able to grind out rounds with his team, but now things haven't gone his way in a 30-round map. That I definitely think that what's going through his head is we should have had that.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt about it. Like we should have definitely locked that map down. So now he's going to have to be able to display that leadership to his team and say, you know what, guys, okay, we didn't get that map. That's not a problem, because now we're going to come back in fresh and take Dust2. Because we noticed a little bit towards the end there that Cloud9 Cloud9 was starting to sound a bit down. Like they didn't believe that they were going to be taking these rounds, right? Sean is calling, but the rest of the team, they're trying to keep up, but that spirit wasn't there. You know, they've definitely taken a mauling. Once you poke the bear, right? You know, Fnatic, they get the claws out, and this time it was Flusha. All of a sudden, like transformed into a Wolverine and just shredded them, right? And Wolverine, right? Because that's the animal in Sweden. That's the Swedish like spirit animal. That's what we're gonna go for right here. So
the Swede just asked what?
Hey, dude, I have asked this question so many times before, but yeah, okay. I think Sean Gares, we have to keep our eyes on him to see if he can rally the morale.
Oh, and with time to find out then, will Cloud9, or Cologne9, as I've dubbed them, be able to pick it up on Dust2? I can once again introduce your casting team. This time, it's Ander Moses.
Okay. He's getting inventive, isn't he? Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map 4 will be Dust2. Can Cloud9 drag themselves into a 5th map? It's going to be tricky either way if they get to Inferno, but they've got to get through Dust2 first. They did manage to take Envious down on Dust2, a team that is very good on this map, so they've already got a decent caliber in this tournament so far. But Fnatic, as was just proven and pointed out by Semler there, you know, doesn't matter really whether Olafmeister's playing amazing, whether Flush is playing amazing, whether JW, there's always somebody that will step up in this team.
Are we going to do guesses? Do you guys want to guess? What do you think? Cloud9 or Fnatic for this one map? It's so hard to say, really, but...
I'm going Fnatic. I mean, like I said, it's not their strongest map, but I think so many tools on that team.
And also in the manner in which they lost that last map, it may play in the back of their minds.
It's those close losses that you feel you should have won that are more devastating to your morale than the blowout that they had on Cash.
I am disappointed, Moses, once again. I mean, where's the American spirit?
Where's the love?
Here's what worries me.
They're good at knife rounds.
Here's what worries me about this map. On this map, you know, Skadoodle, friendly for oppers, obviously, and I haven't seen Skadoodle like want to be assertive and take control with his AWP, like the way, say, JW did on the defense of Overpass. Just
he's safed it for this map, obviously.
All right, well,
I mean, I think Cloud9 have this. I believe.
You're going to go with Cloud9?
Yeah.
In fairness to Skadoodle, on this map, he was landing shots. He was sitting at Car. He was getting the crosses as they came into Cat. They were the plays that were trying to go through. He wasn't often going down to double doors, so he wasn't really challenging. So I'm not expecting him to maybe go for the JW challenge there. But on the T side, he was definitely landing those leg shots. He was catching the people going to B. He was getting those opening frags down at long. So possibly, but this is it. This is what we've always talked about. You know, a lot of Cloud9 does hinge on a couple of individual performance. If nothing suddenly turns up and goes crazy. If Skadoodles goes big, if Shroud goes big. Freakazoid did start off really well as well, but in the last game, Shroud was probably their shining light again, but there wasn't anyone that was amazing. There wasn't like, wow, this guy is going crazy, and that's, I feel, what they're going to need to try and take down Fnatic here on Dust2.
Well, they are going to be starting off already here. Cloud9 on the terrorist side and Fnatic on the CT side. And they're pushing 3 members into middle with 1 on Catwalk. This is a crazy play coming out right here for Fnatic. And Cloud9 are going to be moving up behind them. It's working out great for Fnatic. First 3 frags going in their favor. Olaf with a double, and Shroud trying to bring it back will drop Flusher. And they couldn't... No, the bomb is dropped, so they can't even get the bomb plant. Otherwise, maybe they could have got that out of the round, but this is a complete shutdown here for Fnatic with a very aggressive start to this half or this map.
Yeah, this was the exact pistol round they ran against TSM at Fragbite, so it's kind of interesting that Sean, it seemed like they had a great call for it too as well, just fast rush up Cat, but they got obliterated. A couple players slowed down, tried to peek into lower B. A fight they didn't really need to take if they could have just gotten up Catwalk quickly, and there was only 1 defender there.
And they chose to start the T side. They obviously thought that plan would catch them off guard, get them rolling here, but it's Fnatic that came out on top. And we're seeing the PP Bison coming out from Grims.
Yeah, always a test for me here if people try and peek the scout middle. If you're on the CT side, you really shouldn't. If you know it's going to be there, why do it? So I'm glad to see Fnatic just making the cross.
Oh, JW once again with his Mag 7.
It's about a lot of shotguns today.
He's loving the shotguns, that's for sure. Freakazoid was looking towards those doors. I think nothing's going to maybe burst out here. Are they going to slow things down? Pronax is just below in CT spawn. Flusher on Cat. They've got this covered off, whichever way they go. And it's really going to be down to the explosiveness of whether they can catch something out. It looks like it's going to be Freakazoid and Sean are going to go through long. The rest of the team are going to go Cat, but Fnatic are in a good setup for this.
They're going to throw the smoke to CT spawn for what would normally be a B split, but I'm not sure this is going to trick anyone out here on the Fnatic team. They're not selling it hard enough at this point. One smoke and Fnatic won't be buying. JW does get a good kill. Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round. Fighting a lot more than they really need to. They could just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's going to go down. Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's going to be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
Shroud with an amazing 4K there with that scout. Absolutely. You shouldn't win those rounds.
No, that's a 2015 highlight right there.
You said it. Those are fights Fnatic doesn't need to take. Regardless, they still come out on top if Shroud doesn't hit some insane shots, and now Freakazoid's going to get taken out the first one out long. Olaf so low, he's in the pit trying to hold off a couple more. Gets aggressive. He does dink one as well with Flusha flanking up mid.
Flusha's going to try and get around here. Skadoodle's the man that's holding back and actually is expecting something from the back here. We're in there. Sean caught a glimpse of him in lower tunnel. Sean himself is going to get caught out by Pronax. And this is talking to a bit of an awkward 3v3 here. Skadoodle should come out on top of this one, but Flusha with a CZ, I've seen him do some pretty incredible stuff on this thing. But he will slowly back. Skadoodle, this could be timing. He could just turn around, back away, then thinking, okay, Dev, nothing's coming. And Flusha is still waiting there. Flusha's going to come. But now they're going to get the cross. Pronax is going to be the guy that will challenge. Crims has got a scout. He's down at CT spawn, so he's looking at this cross as well.
They've got two smokes. Why are they walking in? Why are they not smoking up here? Finally, it's going to happen. Shroud will take down Crims, but that's a very big risk, in my opinion, to take. Grenade going to rain on in, and if there'd been anyone else in the Skadoodle, they probably would have died to that grenade. Now Pronax getting closer with 5-7 in hand. Follow-up grenade is very nearly going to take out two players, but there's Skadoodle with a kill, and Flusha shouldn't be able to win this. Again, they've got two members left, sorry, and they should be able to just buy the time here. Flusha jumping and shooting, CZ in hand.
2 bullets is all it needs. They are both on absolutely nothing, and that was almost on target. He can still come around. He gets one. The second drops down. He has to play for time here, Skadoodle. Has to play this one cleverly. Flusha's going to keep ringing around the roses. Realizes he hasn't got time. Not going to be able to get it. He will pick up the M4 and get the kill, though. He's just going to go down to the bomb either way, but Cloud9 pick up the round, but by God, that was expensive.
Yeah, just when and even nothing in chat saying you're nuts, Flusha. And that's the thing. Once those initial kind of kills came out towards long and they got stopped, it was just Sean all alone in mid. Easy target to get picked off by an aggressive Fnatic member. Just whittled down, and off that, because of the fact they killed all of them, despite losing, Fnatic buys up here, and Crims loses that battle to Skadoodle.
And all of Meister also got leg crossing on over, so Skadoodle doing a hell of a lot in the beginning of this round here. Olaf picking up the scout, trying to see if he can reply here, but if Cloud9 win this map, it's going to be huge, obviously. They'll break Fnatic's economy very early on in this game.
Well, with that mid control, they're expecting some sort of cat hit. Flusha's come around there. JW was backing him up, but instead it will be long. Freakazoid, everybody heading this way. Going to push on through. Skadoodle with the shot on Olaf Meister as he crosses over as well. 5-man long. I think the rest of Fnatic may well just try and save what they've got here. Flush is going to be the man that will challenge. Just called him crazy. Well, he could try and make a crazy play here, but that cross will be much easier. This time they do smoke it off, Moses. They do cover themselves off, and nothing will find the frag. That's JW and Pronax going to challenge this one. It looks like, I was going to say, I would expect them to try and keep hold of that M4.
And with this kind of a win for Cloud9, this is just going to skyrocket their economy, and especially in relation to Fnatic, because Fnatic's now going to have to save around 5 members alive. They're going to have a great chance of continuing to build it up. JW, Shroud runs out of ammo and he gets taken out.
This could get costly if he gets Freakazoid as well, but Freakazoid through the door will come out. 3-1. Cloud9, after losing the pistol, do manage to get themselves back in after a crazy second round that just shouldn't have been won. Shroud's crazy antics do manage to get them into this situation, and suddenly it's a great start by Cloud9.
Double grenade here, but Skadoodle is going to gap one more player there. Away. If he can keep doing this, that in it alone will be super frustrating for Fnatic. And if Cloud9 have a good read, if Sean sees that they're going to be sort of hesitant in the middle, it might spawn a lot more B options for them if they are going to be worried about making that cross.
Just what I was about to say, the fact that he's starting to land these shots on the big cross, they haven't yet hit B site. Pronax tucking himself in Crim's covering. This looks like it will be a mid to B, but Pronax in a great situation to catch them down. Crims gets the second. That's suddenly a costly mid to B, and that's going to give him second guess. Sean Gares and Skadoodle, though, will come in and slow things down, but it's a very awkward situation. Now nothing, the only man standing, lingering in the smoke. He can pick up this bomb and get into sight, but is he going to challenge? He's going to back away. They've not picked up the rifles yet, and that's what he was holding them back from. They will be able to collect themselves anything they want from that mid plate, but instead it's not going to work out. Nothing will catch Pronax as he tries to push in. Went for the second check there.
Almost as,
one-on-one.
Almost as a rule of thumb, if you're in a 2v1, you want to make it a 1v1 before you start going for a plant or a defuse, depending on what side you're on. So super smart play from Nothing there. Now going to be walking in. Did he spot Flusher? I think he just did. Grenade going to run in, so he knows exactly where he is. And Flusher going to be looking the wrong way in. Nothing is going to clutch it here for a double kill.
And that saved the round for Cloud9, because they went piling through, and that was pretty haphazard from them. They smoked it off, but just got caught out.
Yeah, Pronax made a huge play, running through it with the P250 and just swings it. And another Cloud9 member, Shroud, insane shot to Pronax, because it absolutely was.
Yeah, they're giving it up here, Cloud9, and Fnatic are having a good time as well, but not in the game right now here. 4-1. And Fnatic gotta compose themselves. This particular setup is actually one that Cloud9 themselves used when they were playing earlier in the tournament to really, really great effect. They did it to stop a B split in the pistol round earlier, and it worked wonderfully for them. So yeah, just boosting up on top of their head to look over whatever smoke is going to be coming up.
Yeah, it's extremely effective, that boost, and it's exactly what they attributed to shutting down Envy on that pistol round that I was used on. But I mean, this is kind of scary too, because it does look like Cloud9 is either going to do this heavy B, which would be much better than a mid B split with Olaf and Flusher with such a setup. That would be brutal. So it does look like it's going to be 4-man and to B. Sean's going to be the lurker like he always is.
Skadoodle's going to be the man. Crims is the one. He actually has just backed away to the back of B side. He was on platform. The shots, you can hear them rattling in. Do manage to catch the tags on towards it. Sean Gares waiting, expecting Flusher to pop out, but the damage is being done on B side. They're yet to get out of the tunnels. Now they finally break through, but that's the mid battle. One-on-one duel. Pronax comes out. They're going to get a bomb plant in here, but it's straight up to AW's coming around from tunnels. Skadoodle not really looking that direction. He's drawn his attention towards Pronax here. Now he turrets. Now he turns in there. He's not looking.
There's no kit right now on this Fnatic team. They have to move quick, and Skadoodle, why did he get that shot? That's unreal. Now JW gonna be alone in a 1v2. That looked like it was possibly the most awful position of all time for Skadoodle, to be caught almost in between Plateau and the entrance there, and it's gonna be JW trying to make it back, but without the kit, he has to run.
He should not have managed to land that no-scope. That was insane.
That is insane. And Pronax played it perfectly. Mollies him out of position, 2 Molotovs down, and he's actually getting pinched from 2 different angles in the open because he has no cover behind. So what a heroic shot.
I mean, the big thing for Fnatic here is obviously while they're losing the rounds, they are getting them down to 1v1s every single time. 1v1s, 2v2s. These are things that shouldn't be happening, and it's actually really affecting Cloud9's economy. Luckily, they can buy back up, but they're not getting to build up a bank. Despite the fact they're 5-1 up, they don't really have a great deal.
Yeah, what it means is that the first round that Fnatic wins is going to be an eco. And there's great entry from Shroud at long, but also Skadoodle landing the shot through the door into Olaf Meister. So much damage done by Cloud9. They're being assertive. Skadoodle. Olaf tries to cross back, so he just hits him through the door one more time for good measure.
Well, the A-Longs worked out well for Cloud9 so far. Flusher is the man that's there. Skadoodle still holding those door angle. Sean Gares just keeping them busy. Expecting Crims actually to push through tunnels, and he may well do that. Just the distraction to keep somebody at B, keep them busy over there. While the rest of his team trying to get the vision. Shroud's in pit, so he has full vision of this A site. Looks like there's no one there, but they're still being very cautious about it.
Oh, and JW walking up right into Sean here. Great angle for the Swedish player, and he's going to win that fight as well. He really should. But in the meantime, Sean's given his team such a big opening to get into this A-bomb site, so it's actually very common to see the in-game leader playing solo like this. Almost doesn't make it out of there, and JW now going to be trying to see if he can find another opening, but they are out of grenades on the Fnatic team, and they do have 2 kits this time, so they've got a bit of a chance to retake this, but being a man down, yeah, they're going to end up running away. They needed a quick early kill there to even set off that retake properly.
6-1, what a great start for Cloud9 here, but we've said that before, and Fnatic have quite easily managed to drag themselves right back into it. Again, not so costly this time around for Cloud9, just the 1-man loss. That was Sean Gares, the distractor. that finally will give them a little bit of padding in their bank accounts.
It's kind of interesting how it does sometimes end up being the in-game leader who's sort of running around on his own like that. Because if you have to take info from, if you have someone who's not the in-game leader doing it, then you have to make the calls to your in-game leader, and it's sometimes hard to know exactly what you've seen or heard. So sometimes it's a little bit easier being the guy making the calls if you know how many footsteps you have heard, how many grenades you've seen. The rest of the team playing their roles just fine anyway, so 6-1 at the moment.
Look how fast they've gone.
Yeah, right into the middle here. Shroud just spraying down, and Olofmeister's going to be going. Krim's trying to make his escape into upper dark, because that's pretty much all he can do. Holding the window right now, spraying down one, but more are coming in. Krims with a heroic effort, taking down two, and it's going to be a 3v3. Going to be a flashbang up, but he will go down, and this retake's going to be near impossible as nothing picks up a third kill. It's going to be Pronax left here. Cloud9, what are they doing to fnatic? It's about to be 7-1.
This is the same kind of aggressive, fast-paced terrorist style that we saw them jump out to an early lead on Cobble. They weren't able to do it again on Cash or on Overpass, so they've stepped up the speed a little bit, and it's catching fnatic completely off guard. They have complete control of money and map control.
Krims with his head in his hands there. I mean, he shouldn't be too down on himself. He had some fantastic spray down there, but they were just coming at him from every angle. And now it's going to be Pronax that's going to try and wrestle a gun. Maybe Skadoodle will pass by. Instead, looks like they are going to go towards the A site, so they shouldn't be going his way. Nothing. Fantastic round from him. Bursting out of mid, quick. More importantly for Cloud9, they switched it. They went fast, they went aggressive, and it worked for them.
Yeah, and very smart here. A tactical pause being called by fnatic. Definitely what they should do. You win the pistol round on CT side, Dust2. You definitely expect, amongst other things, to be quick to get an AWP, maybe in a double op setup. Instead, you end up losing the next 7 rounds in a row, some of them down to some very close clutches. And as you were pointing out, Moses, those close rounds are the ones that really start to dig into the team morale as well. So it's
sites. In fnatic, it's because they don't have the nades to slow them down on these choke points. They don't have a smoke or a Molotov to throw down at the mid double doors to stop that kind of a play when they see it coming.
Yeah, more importantly, they've been legged a bunch of times. Skadoodle's starting to get free reign of that middle.
He's having an impact for sure.
It's a problem for Cloud9. You know, I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, Unpause comes through there, but kills Sean Gares. Well, we've seen what he's been doing. He's just been the man around the side. But you know, when your key players are stepping up, we've talked about it for fnatic. He only needs 1 or 2 to step up, and that's what they're looking towards right now. They're looking for someone to start making those hero plays, coming out in those crazy 1v2, 1v3 clutches. They're going to push fast. Skadoodle does go for the shot, but doesn't land it. And that forces them back from long.
Well, look at fnatic though. Double push into upper dark. So this probably, you know, they did the timeout. This is their plan. Simply get so much map control that they know exactly what's happening on the C9 side here, and this is working out quite brilliantly for them. Olofmeister going to be wrapping all the way around, while the rest of Cloud9 are being contained. This is brilliant. As well, Sean will open up on Krims though, but right now Olofmeister is seconds away from walking in behind nothing, and it's going to be an easy kill with a bomb down as well. It's going to be a 4v4 here.
And that's caused a problem because Nothing was trying to set up for the flash, just flash his team out there, and instead he's suddenly like, there's footsteps behind me, how is this happening? Look, they're in disarray, they just fell apart. They had that set play plan, and it's completely thrown them. Sean's going to come around, he's looking for Olaf, but Olaf's doing a rope-a-dope, and he's coming straight around the back. Shroud is burning, he's forced out of position, and that is going to be a very easy, aggressive round from fnatic. What a fantastic tactic, what a fantastic pause.
Yeah, for anyone keeping score at home, again, we can, you know, add another mark on fnatic's list of rounds where they've taken a pause and then ended up winning it anyway. It's crazy how well they do that.
Well, it's so smart. They know they're losing map control on catwalk and mid early on in these rounds, so they just decide to take it elsewhere on the map and use that to their advantage. The massive flank from Olaf was huge. And now that JW's got Nop in his hands, he can fight a little bit better with Skadoodle. He can use that to gain himself his own map control.
That, by the way, is only possible. Cloud9 are doing right now. You have what's called a default spread on this map, which does always involve someone going into upper dark, and Cloud9 didn't have it this time because obviously they were setting up for long. So it's also kind of crazy that fnatic managed to pick this strat exactly in a round where Cloud9 aren't doing the default. Otherwise, well, they might still win the fight in upper dark against Nothing where he is now, but they will at least have been found out then.
JW still trying to keep them at bay at this doors. Not able to land anything. Shroud got tagged. I didn't see what it by, whether it was a leg through door And instead, Pronax is the man that's holding up close. He hears the footsteps, gives the call to his team, and JW on the rotate. It's going to be in position before they burst out of these doors. Sean Gare's holding the angle. He's ready to flash Freakazoid through here. But they've got to wait for that smoke to clear. And it is going to be, looks like a split into long, and obviously nothing as Skadoodle looks like they're going to go cat.
Yeah, just more intel gathering from Olaf, and now Pronax is going to get pop flash through the smoke. Freakazoid's not ready for it whatsoever. He falls down. Great advantage for fnatic.
Well, Flusher's holding out on sight. He's got nothing, and Skadoodle coming around. Skadoodle lands the shot, but JW is in this really awkward deadland at the moment. Krim's trying to come around the back. Olafmeister was expected, but Krims does get himself a nice one from tunnels.
It's almost no time left. 10 seconds. They have to get that bomb up there quick. If they get one kill in here, JW gets it. 6, 7 seconds left. 4. They're going to be just in time. They get the plant home with 1 second left, and that's going to be a 2v3 here. Pronax and Krims. If they lose this, it's going to be humiliating. There's the shot from Skadoodle. He picks up one more, and Pronax right now, the last man left. They should not be winning this round, Mark. Cloud9 right now on this map, it seems more like a mushroom cloud than anything else. They've gone full nuclear on fnatic, and Pronax, he is alone here, trying to see if he can get one more round on the board, but they're not letting him. They're playing this so smartly, and nothing wrapping around from behind. Shroud going to get the kill eventually. That is a huge comeback into a round there for Cloud9.
Some serious clutch plays as well from players there. Skadoodle actually, I think 2 of the shots really basically won them the round.
Yeah, that first shot he got on whoever was holding the flush on the ramp. I don't even know if he saw him. I think he just shot through a corner of the box and it lands. Either way, resets the economy. A great opportunity for Cloud9 to extend this lead even further.
Oh, and they're going to go straight out. This is fast, aggressive stuff. This is how they switched it up before, and that's going to put 4 into B site before fnatic can respond. Sean Gares is going to keep them busy down at Dark. Does manage to get caught out, tagged by 1 in lower tunnels, but immediately, look at this, they're expecting JW as well. They've been caught by this wraparound a few too many times, but JW still managed to land the B250 shot.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, inside the bomb site, so many grenades left for Cloud9 to put the smokes up as the bomb is already down. Means it's going to buy almost an infinite amount of time.
Yeah, but Cloud9 is still inside the bomb site. As this bomb timer keeps ticking down, they're surrounded. They cannot get out without a fight. And fnatic might be able to take down the economy of the Cloud9.
They managed to get one down at the push out through that. It does give him an exit, and it is going to be straight through the tunnels. But as you mentioned, they're catching him on the way out. Freakazoid, the only man to survive. Pronax and Krims do get out alive. They got themselves a single AK, but
free op.
Damage was done.
Free op as well.
Free op at the end. Pronax collected it, yeah.
Smart play from fnatic.
Yeah, very well done indeed. Current scoreline 9-2, and in spite of a pretty heavy lead for Cloud9, they actually have almost no economy. So fnatic have really kept it close all along, and that's worth keeping in mind, and also why it's important, as you pointed out, Moses, that they get all those exit frags.
Skadoodle's got a good spawn. He's come straight around, but luckily Krims is not going to fall for that one. Olafmeister checked it last time around, so I think they were hoping he'd do it again. Olafmeister this time is on Cat, actually, gone quite aggressive. Instead, the spray through the smoke. Shroud manages to land the shot. And when sometimes the luck is going your way, that's how it goes.
Unreal.
This is a map for fnatic where it really highlights, how individual they can be at times. One solo player on catwalk, one solo player at long right now, and Cloud9 getting places fast and finding those 2-on-1s, and that time spamming through the smoke. But Krims with a nice headshot is going to try and hold down B.
And now they are going to grow. A smart play. JW with a great flick there to drop Freakus through the window, and not going to be successful this time. There's also a player in middle, but Flusher sees it coming. Very well played here on the fnatic team. It's going to be a 2v3. Skadoodle and Shroud inside the bomb site, and the bomb just going to go down on the other side. They've got one Molotov left on the side of Cloud9, but Pronax is also walking up behind. He's going to walk into a smoke first, but once that fades, it's going to get real tricky here for Cloud9. Skadoodle can't see a thing. The smoke is up again. Shroud inside doing the damage. He almost gets a double, but now it's Skadoodle all the way in the back lines alone. And he doesn't get the flick here. Flusher, very, very well played. First kill in middle, last 2 inside the bomb site for a triple.
Well, when you get those openers on Olaf and you think, okay, everything's going our way, this is great, this is easy. Krims did enough to hold them up, and then JW to hop on through that window and immediately just shut them down, stop them dead, get the flash out there and give them pause for thought. And well, that is exactly what Sean Gares has done right now. He's called himself a tactical pause, because while they have a great lead, suddenly this is fnatic looking like they're back in it.
Yeah, this is a critical juncture of this first half because you can see Cloud9 going to force by here. What they want to do is win this round and reset the economy one more time for Fnatic. Don't let them string them together. If Cloud9 happens to lose this match, they're more than likely, especially if they don't get a plant, be on a double save. And that all of a sudden turns this great 9-3 lead into 9-5 with the possibility of Fnatic getting up to 6.
Can I just say, if Cloud9 do end up winning all of this, I fully expect someone with some real Photoshop skills to make like a Cloud9, nuclear explosion. I'd like to see that. This has gone mad at this point. I can't believe it. I am really wondering about whether or not it's smart to call a pause necessarily right now. They're so far ahead already. They seem to have a really good momentum going on for themselves.
I like it.
You prefer it now as opposed to...
Especially after the collapse they had last map at 13-7 or 13-8, whatever it was. You make sure everyone's on the same page. You make sure everyone's calmed down. You talk things over. Because this is such a... Whoever wins this round, the other team's going to save. It's going to add another round or two onto your scoreline. So it's so crucial for both teams to win this round, and I think Sean's doing the smart thing here.
I mean, if this works one more time, because it's worked a couple of times already for Cloud9 with these pauses, it'd be very impressive. And unpause has come through as well. Fnatic going to join up on that one, and we're going to go into the 13th round here. What a game this has turned out to be. This whole grand finals has been...
It's been incredible.
Shocking, isn't it?
Obviously, at the start of the tournament, everyone was looking at North America and thinking, why the hell have they got these 4 slots? Well, the #1 team in North America versus the #1 team in Europe is putting on a absolutely fantastic best-of-5 final so far.
Standard spread for Cloud9. They don't want to get wrapped around anywhere. That one time Olaf Meister push there was enough for them to learn that that is not fun. Up catwalk, yeah. And JW is the only one holding on A right now. If they can zone him out, they don't even really have to kill him, but obviously do, it's great. But if they can just zone him out and get the bomb down quick, this might work out.
Yeah, there's 2 players in the B bomb site, but everyone else, there were 3 other remaining players of Fnatic are all spread out individually. It's all one players at different locations. A lot is on JW with this off, and he can't get it done. Skadoodle wins that battle. It's the bomb site for Cloud9.
They got in so quietly as well. Fnatic were not ready for that. They just had the one man. Nobody had rotated anywhere near it. They're looking to possibly go for the wraparound here. Skadoodle's holding the back angle. So if anyone were to get a peek, anyone to a boost, Olaf Meister's got to be careful. He's going through those low tunnels. Skadoodle didn't quite have the look on him there. I think they're going to actually save this one. Yeah. They're just going to keep hold of their guns, and I think they want to challenge Skadoodle, and rightly so, because he's got that AWP. This is a very expensive gun if somebody can get that out of his hands, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
He's going to fall back. They're all going to exit out long, and they're going to find... they're exiting through CT spawn. So
that was great from Sean. Bear in mind they had the pause. We talked about the Fnatic pause. They got in unseen. Fnatic had no idea there was going to be a 5-man hit cat.
I think Fnatic in the beginning, if they wanted to see if there was someone top middle, so maybe if they found a player top middle and kill him and make it a 4-on-4, then they feel like they have enough time to go for a retake, but they didn't find anyone and they just didn't have time for it there. Yeah, what a great call, honestly, and they've got a double up set up now on this T side, and Skadoodle did spawn for long. If he can start up with an opening, he got the perfect long spawn. Fnatic are going to go, obviously, triple grenade this, so he has to get the kill, otherwise he might die himself, and a lot of damage does. He does actually make it back, but it's a little bit scary always. That Molotov and double grenade is something that NiP started doing a lot, and every other team seems to be just picking up on that too.
Yeah, much more slower paced round here for Cloud9 as they set up in, like you said, that default, and now they're all going to meet up towards middle. They haven't run a single mid-B split this entire half so far, so they've been catching Fnatic off guard. You can see they're playing 2 towards B and 1 in middle, and there really hasn't been any pressure put on that defense.
Jada was just going to hold the angle. It is looking like it's going to be another cap play, although Bomb's still holding in mid. That's going to give them any direction. Remember, they do have that double up set up, so Pronax is the man that could get peeked here by Sean and Freakazoid. Flusher's expecting something. I think Pronax has maybe called. There's probably a lot of footsteps being heard at Catwalk right now.
They actually have the op in Olaf Meister's hands. He's in the back platform of B. That's going to allow Crims to cheat over towards mid, and you can see this defense for Fnatic. It's a heavy lean towards A. Crims can get a fast flank up Catwalk.
Yeah, they're definitely ready for it. Counter grenades coming out as well from Fnatic, and Pronax trying to see if he can get close to the plant and actually pie the barrels here. This is very smart. As they come through the smoke, he's going to have a huge advantage here and sprays down Shroud. The bomb is dropped as well. Great play from Fnatic in this round, and look at Pronax jumping and shooting to pick up the double. That was a very, very nice hold.
That was a 5-man flash from Flusher. Completely caught them all at Catwalk. Everybody completely whited out.
And that's rare, actually. Yeah. That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, and actually that round is won by the decision to save in the last round. If they had gone for that retake and lost it, which was very, very likely, they would have had to been on a full save there, but they saved the 4 weapons, and they're able to get a great buy in that round, and now they've got themselves in a position to pick up a 5th.
They're going for the force, get whatever they can on the board here. Pronax holding a car this time. It is going to be Long that's going to get hit. That's Flusher and Pronax covering off the defense. Flusher should get a good angle on this one, but he's flashed up nicely. Skadoodle with a great little cross there. That grenade should be on point though, and it will give them time. Flusher and JW on the rotate. JW's got a cheeky angle just through the smoke there with a CZ, and he manages to catch nothing. Almost got himself a double, and Flusher and Olaf doing the damage from the cross as well. And well, this is just Freakazoid, the one man remaining. That shot from JW looked like it was on point. Doesn't get the second chance, but he is all alone. He should get taken down, and he will. And it is a 10-5 half in the end. Nonetheless, very good half for Cloud9, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, fnatic, that last round there, you see just 1 kill. Skadoodle gets that opening with the AK-47. 1 kill from JW just changes everything. Everyone starts peeking. He gets a cheeky one pushing through the smoke around the edge with that CZ, and then everything around that just collapses. Smart play, just one player in A just falls back towards that quad box and plays it patiently.
I think 5 rounds is not good enough for fnatic, honestly, playing the CT side of this map. But if they win the pistol round, I still think they can be competitive.
Yeah, good point from the admin. Just reminding the teams that they have actually both used their paws as well. Obviously, in that first few rounds, I think it was 9-3, wasn't it, when they... So
look at this. fnatic are going to go... Well, they look like they were going to really quick B. They had a guy spotting as well, but they do slow down.
Shroud and Freakazoid are pushed out a cat. They've already got information. They know mid control is completely clear. So they know it's either B or Long. They're going to be in a good position to rotate. Sean gets himself a double. Nothing as well. They get cut down in tunnels. Sean with a little cheap peek up and down. And Shroud comes through. Like you say, that was a slaughter. And that is really what Cloud9 to get their teeth into this one. Dust2 was their choice.
I'm a bit disappointed, actually. I've seen some great pistol rounds toward the B-bomb site for fnatic, where they set up behind that smoke that goes up with flashbangs. They pop the and they run in. This seems like a lot more of a coin toss, essentially.
Yeah, if you're not going to have a smoke, actually look at this mid push. Cloud9, they do not want fnatic to have anything, so it's going to be on a huge flank here.
Nothing right up behind them.
What a grenade.
Pronax has sensed it. Pronax has sensed it. He's going to come around, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get the damage done. Gets himself 1-2. Can he get a 4? Not going to work out for him. Olaf should come around the back of him. He's backing in towards him. So Olaf, no, he won't. Nothing turns around, has the support. That is exactly the aggression that Cloud9 kind of need, and it paid off. Nothing going big.
Grenade being thrown there.
By Shroud from the A-bomb site right in the corner. That was beautiful, especially with that flank coming in just at the right time. He's able to mow him down pretty easily. And a force buy for fnatic. This is huge. This is whether it's going to be a comeback or not.
Olaf comes out, does manage to get nothing down. Freakazoid just around the corner. He's been struggling a little in this game. Only got 5 kills, considering Cloud9 are 12-5 up. And that is pretty low. Shroud, yeah, Shroud with the P90 could mow them down. Surely, nothing just did this. They can't fall for it again.
Well, all they're going to think, no one is that crazy, but Shroud is, and takes down Crims, who had the bomb. They can pick it up again, but still, this is going to make them spend a lot of time, because if there's someone that far up on the map, then wherever they go, they have to check every single corner and be real careful. So, also because they only have 2 smokes left, it puts a limit on how much fnatic can actually execute in this round.
Yeah, and Shroud wisely falls back, stays alive, keeps the man advantage, doesn't give it back up by trying to go for another kill. The question is Cloud9 going to be able to find information? They have no one actually peeking for information, so they're just they have Shroud at the quad box, they have Sean at Catwalk, so they have 2 men over at A, which looks like that's where fnatic's heading, but they're not going to know about this until they hear the smoke plume for the cross.
And Shroud's going to just stay hidden as well. I don't think he's going to show himself until at least that bomb plant's going in. Sean Gez is going to be the man. Yeah, look at Shroud just staying hidden behind that box, not giving up the information. He's going to pop flash himself out any second. Now he knows for it. Doesn't manage to get it in time, though. Second flash comes in. The rest of his team are going to join him, but they're a little late on this one. Skadoodle finally there with the scout. They've managed to keep Pronax pinned on site, but the spray down from Shroud is not on point. And fnatic will hold off. Just Skadoodle standing, and he'll get taken out. It was a plan setup from Cloud9, but well, fnatic just didn't fall for that. They read that situation well.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Cloud9 have someone be a little bit more aggressive with the man up. You have the manpower to do it. Try and find the intel of where they're going so you can put yourself and your teammates in a better position to defend against that. Instead, it's a free plant for fnatic, essentially, and trying to retake with SMGs and P90s, you know, at angles where it's only headshot angles. You got to get a second one, and it's just a hard angle to land that.
Maybe a bit questionable. Cloud9 actually do buy up in this round, which means, for one thing, Skadoodle won't have the EWP. They only have a couple of grenades, which means any kind of retake is going to be very nearly impossible. They kind of got to shut down fnatic here before it even gets that far.
Shroud defending deep as well with Freakazoid, so they've stacked out on long. That's left Skadoodle pretty much all alone on A site until they can go and cover off the angles. They did get 3 members at Cat, and they had a little peek towards his mid, but Cat play maybe where it goes. Flusher's just going to be the man that distracts around the side. Olafmeister's going to join them on Catwalk, so it's going to be a 4-man, possibly a 5-man if Flusher joins them, all bursting out in Cat, and there's absolutely...
This is an interesting buy. No utility at all. I mean, this is a very static defense. They kind of just have to see what Fnatic's about to throw at them, and Fnatic's making the call where there's absolutely no defense. It's going to be another free plant and no chance for a retake. Only 1 kit on Skadoodle, 1 flashbang to use. This might just be an automatic save call.
The only way I see them winning this is if Freakazoid and Shroud get to fight 1v1 against some of the Fnatic members. If they're silly enough to go and fight them on long, maybe this can work out, but Fnatic should be smarter than that. Shroud, you can see he's trying down here, and Olafmeister takes a quick peek and then, you know, thinks twice and says, no, it's not worth it. We've got the bomb down, why should we do anything?
JW, he's going to come behind them. They're all 3 pushing up, going for that cross. JW could creep up behind, give them the information. Olafmeister's just around the corner, and that's just a simple cut down. And this is Rifles just being lost, really. Cloud9 in a position that's almost unattainable unless Shroud suddenly has himself the angle. Crims, though, on the catwalk will cover him off, and it was easy in the end. Cloud9, like you said, you were questioning whether it should have been a save, and well, obviously, in the benefit of hindsight, it absolutely should have been.
I didn't like the call for a buy when you have that kind of a lead and you have that weak of a buy with no real utility and only 1 kit. You might as well just save fully, get Skadoodle the op, get everyone their nades, and then after that, once the bomb site gets taken and you're in those situations, if you save again and you get the money for the next round, then you can buy full nades behind an already full buy.
Yeah, it's also given the map, isn't it? I mean, if we were on Inferno and they buy a bunch of FAMASas and smokes, maybe we could be okay with it.
Skadoodle.
But they've got Skadoodle, yeah, and he should have an EWP. Great double kill, though, taking down JW and Crims. Trying to make this comeback work, but it's proving a little bit difficult. Flusher, though, going to have a very good angle to take down nothing. So at least they managed to stabilize a little bit.
Well, that Molly's going to cut him off from the bomb for a short while, but Olaf's completely behind him. Freakazoid should get caught off guard. That'll be an easy spray down in the end. What started off as a cheeky little play from Skadoodle catching around there. Shroud still holding the angle, but yeah, he's going to get smoked off. Olaf's just going to wait for that spray, expect the reload. Ooh, got the tank through the smoke, but not able to close it out. But it's a 2-on-1 from what was a full eco for Cloud9. That's still a very good situation for them.
Yeah, I like that play on the flank from long. Once the call came in that Cloud9 and pushed into lower B, he has that intel and he takes the aggressive stance to flank all the way long through CT spawn. He really bails him out of a tough spot. He makes the play away from the aggression of his opponents and finds an opening. Either way, I mean, there was nowhere for Cloud9 to fall back once they're in that lower B. I mean, they're under too much pressure. They don't have the cover to fall away. They had to at least get aggressive in some other route to make their own avenue of escape.
Shroud, if he can get another kill here on Pronax, actually be pretty big. Just make sure that Fnatic's comeback is going to be that much more difficult. But it's not going to happen, and we will be looking at a 12-8 scoreline.
So I was looking at the round, 4 of them with pistol. Well, they'd sent 1 to B, but 4 of them were just stood at mid doors. Look, see if we can get anything lucky. Obviously worked out a lot better than they could. They've gone for a second save.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why that one buy is questionable, because now, I mean, they're just showing they want to have an AWP in Skadoodle's hands, and they could have had it for just 1 save 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, that was exactly going to be my point, which is we have Skadoodle, such a strong AWP player. If you don't buy the AWP on him, you're kind of, you know, you're not giving him even a chance to go full for his full potential. And that's going to be a big issue. They could even go for a double AWP if they really wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that here. It is Dust2 after all.
Freakazoid just got a little peek there. I think he caught a glimpse of maybe Crims or Pronax there. So that may well give them information to stack up. They have only got pistols, but They'll be in the right place at the right time. Shroud's just staying back there with Sean down. Skadoodle looks like he's going to be the man that tries to get around the back of them. He's just going to hold out and CT spawn, but fnatic, are they going to choose to go for this play? It looks like they will. They're going to try and burst out. 3 from Cat, nothing of Freakazoid. Going to challenge this one. Getting a little impatient. Freakazoid leaping through the air. You're not really going to land too much when you do that sort of play. But Shroud's got himself the double. That's down at long. Gives him the rifle. Crim's managing to get the one down though. Shroud now coming into the cross. If he can manage to get the one tap on one of them on site, it should open things up. But now he's going to have to go for the ace. Gets a good tag on towards, I think it was JW through the smoke there. Catches a glimpse on Pronax as he drops down. But time is running out. He's going to smoke off the catwalk player. But does he realize that Crims is waiting on box? It was the position that Shroud used just a moment ago. Tries to drop down. Time is running out. It's not in his favor. He realizes it's not going his way. And they play it really well, actually, in that nobody peeked.
Yeah, juggling aggression. I mean, just doing the half peaks, keeping Shroud frozen, you know, wasting his ammunition, keeping him from committing to any one fight.
All right, so here's the buy, finally, for Cloud9. It's been a long time coming, and it's not even super exciting. It is the AWP from Skadoodle, which is very good, but sort of halfway wondering, since they've been saving so much, if they were going to go for an auto sniper or something like that, just to try and see if they could lock down fnatic in a slightly different way. Some damage being pushed out early on onto Olaf Meister here, but apart from that, it's a very standard early round here for fnatic.
It's a very standard setup as well from Cloud9.
Yeah.
1 in Goose, 1 at Cars, 1 at Long, and 2 in the B bomb site. So mid is wide open. There's a lot of space there for fnatic to work if they so choose, whether it's to walk out dry or just execute a split. Bombs out towards A long though, so they're just poking and prodding right now. This is something fnatic does. They like to take control of Cat and go from there.
This was the setup that worked well against Envious as well. Envious were trying to take over Cat constantly, which is actually what fnatic have done for the last, 2 or 3 rounds now. So Skadoodle at Car, this is a position he's comfortable in. And I just wonder if fnatic are going to read that and go, right, okay, let's take a B hit, because we haven't gone there for a while.
It could well be. If they do go for the standard A execute with the smoke there, Freakazoid position is great because you can actually just spray straight ahead and you'll kill whoever's putting down the bomb. So fnatic have got to be wary about that. It's very hard to grenade someone out of Freak's position. So we'll see if that's going to be a factor in this round. They are going to go for the 2-3 split here on towards A bomb site. 3 on catwalk and 2 on long.
They're going to burst out. Skadoodle's backed away just as they're coming out of Cat, so it's going to give him a little trouble. Does manage to land the first shot. Can he get the second? Shroud's keeping them busy down in pit, but he will find one head and the second as well. Shroud and Skadoodle making it work for them, and it's Flusher and Crims though on site. Skadoodle still not been dealt with, and now the retake on. Nothing at catwalk. Well, Flusher tries to hold position. They're going to creep on through the smoke here.
All they have to do is wait for Sean on that Molotov and they're going to be fine. There's nothing with the kill, and Crim's got no chance at all. Sean coming up from behind, but they could have actually. Sean had the Molotov on short, and that's the easiest Molotov, the whole grenade to throw, the one that lands inside the bomb side, and that would have made that round 100%. But they do it anyway, and it's going to be 13-9 here. And now fnatic are starting to, whittle down their own bank a bit here.
Yeah, it's very fortunate Skadoodle came up huge in that round because Freakazoid peaked from that position where all he had to do was hide. So Skadoodle comes up with 2 big kills, bails Shroud out of a long battle that was looking a little bit scary for him, and they can just win an easy retake from there.
There was a quick peek there from Skadoodle, didn't land though. A lot of shots coming through. Shroud does manage to get Olaf Meister down, but he paid a heavy price, both him and Freakazoid. Very low on health, and that grenade so close.
It did 1 damage to Freakazoid, who was at 3, and now Flush it. Cloud9 pushes the upper tunnels, gives it right back to him, a taste of their own medicine.
I was just about to say that. How do you like that? Oh man, 3 on 5 here, and this is very scary. If fnatic lose this round, they are definitely going to be ecoing. And then Cloud9 are almost at map point.
I don't think Fnatic's going to eco if they lose this round.
You think they're going to go for it?
This will be a forced buy for sure.
Cloud9 delayed so well as well, because that's the first smoke they've used on B, so they've got another smoke to back that one up. Freakazoid, well, he did, like you say, only has that 2 hit points holding that mid side, but Skadoodle in the cross has to be smoked off here. It's only Pronax and JW with that as they creep the way out.
Freakazoid holding in CT spawn, and he's waiting for some sort of cue that something's going on behind him, otherwise he's going to keep looking there. He's very low on health as well. And now JW scoped up, looking for some kind of opening. But look at the clock here. 30 seconds left. Skadoodle's going to spot them, and he wants to go for the peak. Freak is going to go down, but he did pick up Pronax beforehand. So it's still a 2 on 4 right now. And as Sean gets the kill, that pretty much seals the round here. JW trying to do his best, but he can't win this round any longer. It's a 1v3. The bomb is dropped. and he's got 15 seconds left. And if he loses this AWP, they are not going to have it for the next round. There's Shroud with the kill, no bomb plan. Let's see if they're going to go for the force up here, if they're going to go for overtime.
They've got nothing. They've really got nothing.
I fully expect like a Tech9 train.
Yeah.
At a Fnatic right now.
I'd be very surprised if they did it. I feel like this, even for Fnatic, is a stretch.
All right, I'll give you that one, Anders.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Well, pistols at dawn. Sadigo for Crims. Let's see if they can do something with it. They're going to 4-stack up. Pronax is the sole man. Skadoodle actually going to get challenged up close. Does manage to find the opener on Crims as he catches a glimpse of the hop from Pronax, tries to draw him while the rest of his team go across. Freakazoid's going to catch them all coming out of Cat here. That grenade should do a lot of damage. It will catch them on the back. Olofmeister almost taking it square on the chin while Shroud comes around to back him up. And they have this covered off. Tried to drop down. They tried to challenge Skadoodle, who very nearly jumped into the crosshairs of Shroud there. But this is it. This is map point to take it all square at 2 apiece. Going into Inferno. You
want to know what might have won Cloud9 this match, or is putting them in a great position to do it, is that run they went on after winning second round in the first half. They go on that run and they're up 8-1 or 9-1.
Yeah.
And Fnatic has to call their pause then. That pressure that Cloud9 put on them so early on in this match, because you talk about it, every pause Fnatic has, it seems they win the next round, and they're not able to make an adjustment with the timeout here in the second half.
And we talked about hero plays from Shroud. He was the man that started things off with that 4K. He's at 29 again. It's just like he was in Cobblestone when they won their first map. Shroud went huge, went missing on cash, completely disappeared, and they got absolutely all alone around there. He tries to challenge onto Flusher. This is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen, as Skadoodle finds one. Doesn't manage to land the second onto Flusher. Does it the second time of asking. Bomb still not planted. Flusher, Olofmeister's going to make his move for that. Pronax is making himself awkward though. He's going to drop down into CT spawn and get around the backside of them.
Oh. That timing is unfortunate, but he recovers, he hits the shot. Skadoodle gonna have to try and save this gun. There's no retake for him whatsoever.
That's a beautiful round as well from Fnatic. They put one really well-timed flashbang onto Catwalk, which means even if someone was holding there, they wouldn't be able to hear that they're actually running into middle. They wouldn't be able to have any of that information, and then they just go for it. Very quick, and I mean, actually, that's the sort of play I expect Fnatic to go for if they could have taken a timeout. So maybe they just, you know, try to do it anyway. Like, let's come up with something different here and see if that's going to catch them. No scope. And AWP is going to be saved going into the 26th round.
That's crucial. He has so much money now. $10,000, I believe it was on Skadoodle before this round began. He can drop so many guns in the upcoming rounds, and it might be necessary if his team, next round or even the round after that.
Well, nothing, and Sean do manage to get across without being tagged up or anything. JW was peeking it, but didn't manage to find anything. Olaf with a quick peek early on there. Sean Gares does manage to get the smoke down. Fnatic was challenging. Skadoodle and Freakazoid. Freakazoid's trying to get back into Goose as Fnatic met the way for Cat.
This is going to be a 5-man Cat push coming out of Fnatic. Surely someone's going to be waiting behind here. Olofmeister is by the door, so I'm really happy to see that. Don't want everybody on Catwalk. That's maybe a bit too much. Let's see if Skadoodle could do it one more time. And Pronax with a beautiful opening headshot to take him down. Freak playing this position, but they are going to triple check this one. They line up. He gets three of them. What is going on? Flusher finally drops him. A big mistake for Fnatic. There's no reason they had to do that. And now Olof and Flusher are going to be left here. Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Cloud9 apocalypse. It's going to be just the 2 Fnatic members left to try and stop Dust2 from slipping out of their hands here. Flusher holding up 15 health. Flashbang in. He's going to get the first kill. Keep spraying, but now Olaf is very low on health, and they have got no more grenades. There's no kit, though, on Cloud9. They've got almost no time. If they die now, he jumps, he gets the shot, and that's probably going to be the round. Shroud can't do a thing here. Flusher picks up a quad kill in return. What an incredible round.
Wow.
That is so devastating. First of all, Freak, that's a mistake that Fnatic rarely makes. They don't even look that way. They didn't look that way whatsoever. They line up, he gets amazing kills, puts Cloud9 in a great spot. They even have the space to run up the ramp, but just not trading out Flusher quick enough at that single box.
I think it was Pronax went to look that way, and I think 2 team members came across looking the opposite way, looking down long, and they just completely blocked his fire, and he's just like, I'm either going to have to shoot through you or we will die, and well, they died. But nonetheless, 15-11, this could go 15-12 easily, and can Cloud9 make sure they don't choke like they did before over on Overpass?
I thought what was going to happen up with Goose there was just the first guy, if he just jumps, it doesn't even matter if he gets killed. The other two people will go in and kill him, and then you win the round. So all you have to do is have the first guy jumping, and unless Freakazoid can somehow hit an instant headshot and transfer the spray onto the next, like the amount of skill you have to do is get multiple kills if the first guy's jump. Real.
Or I mean, even Fnatic sometimes, at times, they'll send one person out just to see, like, if just one person goes. It was the fact that they lined up. You can send one person, doesn't matter if he checks it or not, because he'll die, and then you have players left for the trade.
Well, that was that looked like it was going to be the round that closed the map for Cloud9. I was actually quite sure. There was almost no way that was going to work out, but the lack of a kit, I think, also meant that Cloud9 were going to be maybe a little bit anxious.
That's a good point, because I don't think Skadoodle didn't drop a gun for anyone. So, I mean, if he drops a gun for someone, they're able to buy a kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Still sitting on 8.6k as well. Obviously, coming into this one, they chose to save that nade. Finally finishing off Shroud, who was causing himself being a bit of a nuisance down in CT spawn, but they are just going to use this round to discuss exactly what to do. They've pretty much all been sat in B site with pistols. You know, they're in a full save with these pistols, but obviously using it around to discuss the problems. They both used their pause in the first half. So this will be 15-12 for Fnatic. Keeping hold of just about everything. That's going to give them the full utility going into the next round. And Cloud9, it's going to be a very tense rifle round for them coming up.
The good news is Skadoodle's going to have an AWP. That's the big thing. It's interesting as well, too, that Cloud9 really hasn't had a mid-presence whatsoever in this match. And Fnatic, you know, the one round they took advantage of was just rushing straight out, and they had a free path to the B bomb site. But other than that, Fnatic hasn't discovered that, or doesn't know that they're playing such a weak mid setup, or they just don't feel like going there.
Yeah, you're not quite sure at this point, really. You got to admire Fnatic for sticking in this. You know, they're really not letting go of this map easily. And if they make this comeback, it seems like it's going to be fully deserved. They're really fighting hard and long for this one. Another 3 rounds, and we might go to overtime.
Skadoodle making sure he got a good look from Goose this time onto Catwalk. I think he's expecting this one a little more, but Freakazoid is going to be just below them. Remember the perfect flash that Flusher threw out last time? It's not going to help out this time. Skadoodle, different angle. He's not used this one for quite a while on box. It is a pretty standard position, but not one that he's been using, so I'm not too sure whether Fnatic will expect it as they try and hold position. Looks like it is going to be a mid
play. Yeah,
it looks like a mid play the way they're setting up. JW leading the charge with the bomb though. That's not ideal.
The problem is that the 2 people holding B have almost no grenades. They don't have Molotovs to hold in window, or so if Fnatic just make their way into middle, Cloud9 are going to have to do this with just raw aim, otherwise it's not going to work out. The only thing here is the clock. It's a bit of a problem. If the bomb drops in the middle, then there's only 30 seconds left for Olofmeister with a powerful opening, and Sean last man standing. Fnatic, they're looking for that overtime, and right now they're not far off. Great headshot there from Pronax to take down Sean Gears. What a team.
Yeah, instant save call as well for the remaining 3 Cloud9 members. So you're going to have to see an adjustment out of them on this defense next. They cannot keep giving Fnatic complete mid-control for nothing. I mean, especially now that they just realized Fnatic did that slow. You can get away with it because they did that last time so fast that it was basically just a gamble. But this time when they do it slow, they discover that Cloud9's not putting anyone there, not even in CT spawn, to spam through the smoke.
Well, Skadoodle's about to get challenged down in pit here. It's JW that's creeping his way across, and look, it's going to be Olofmeister to be the distractor. They know exactly where he is, and that is critical because Skadoodle will not have the orb. If they can recover it, Freakazoid has to try and get in pit, but he's going to get caught up as well, and that is a serious problem now because Cloud enough to buy up. Skadoodle can go for it, but they're going to have to save. They're going to have to save. They're going to have to play for tie game or lose.
Wow, I can't believe it. This is getting very scary at the moment for Cloud9. Again, a team like Fnatic, if it gets to overtime after such a long battle here, I think they'll have the mental advantage. They will sort of be able to reset and maybe even celebrate a little bit as they make it to 15-15. And Cloud9 are going to be hating themselves.
Yeah, you know what's going through Cloud9 says this is just overpass all over again.
JW is going to get caught out from the side here. Skadoodle manages to find him, and that's going to be a weapon picked up. They're going to try and challenge them, but, well, Pronax and Crims are now coming out. Should be able to catch them out unless Freakazoid manages to land any of those shots. Sean Garrett is going to try and pin them in, but without the weapons, without the rifles, they're just losing out in the duels. Should be easy. Freakazoid does manage to land a shot actually in that trade, but They only managed to get 2 out of it. Now they can get weapons. Now this is it. This is the game. It's either a tie, overtime, which we haven't had so far, or Cloud9 can drag it into a 5th map.
Oh, the auto sniper dream
Double
is never going to come true.
Double up for fnatic. Flusher and JW, they're going to... It's JW that's going to peek. It doesn't manage to land a leg, but Freakazoid sticks in mid this time. That's definitely an adjustment. They haven't smoked out over at B site either, which JW is scoping at the moment.
I'm actually disappointed Fnatic didn't go for a bunch of auto snipers trying to shoot down middle. They had the money for it anyway. Might just try and spam those doors and see if you can get a lucky shot in on someone. Because the 30th round, not like they're going to be using the money in overtime. So, yeah, could have been fun eventually. Oh, that grenade is right on.
They've gone for the turret. That's turret stack. Is it going to work out? No, instead they're just going to get mowed down. And nothing, and Freakazoid completely pinned out. This could be overtime. It should be overtime. Sean Gez has tried to push out of B. He's going to tunnels. He's going to find Pronax coming around this corner in a minute. If he can catch him by surprise, but instead it's Sean that's in now a really awkward situation. They flash him around the corner. They know that he's there, and they're just going to take him down easily. This has gone horrifically wrong for Cloud9. They had this game in the bag at 15-11. All they needed to do was close it out, and once again, they have struggled to finish off the map. And now, well, the nade is going to take down Crims, but I think it's just simply a matter of pride now for Cloud9 to try and get something from this one. A 2-man take on B-side's 9 impossible.
They're going to try anyway, rushing in there, trying to use the opposite shotgun, not going to work out. What a comeback from Fnatic. Honestly, the mental strength it takes to keep in a game like this is not easy at all, but they did it very well indeed, so I'm super impressed by them. That is... Yeah, that doesn't happen too often.
Another collapse. Cloud9 at 15 to what, 9? 15-10, and just can't get anything from there. And that last round, to lose it when you're trying to do a stack in mid to peek up catwalk like that, and 2 members just get sprayed on instantly. Immediately, they're never in that round. Yeah. And that's just crushing.
Body language tells you everything with Shroud there.
I almost feel like, let's say Cash was the last map in this grand finals, and Fnatic just take it away. Cloud9 be upset, but I think you feel more like you've been defeated. If somehow Fnatic win this in overtime, Cloud9 will never forgive themselves. That will be too painful.
So it's going to be MR3. It is 10K, and we are going live once again. 15-15 overtime. We should not have been here after what was a magnificent T-side from Cloud9. Fantastic start. 7-1 up at one point in this game. Pulled it to 9-2, 9-3. Fnatic pulled out the pause, and they haven't really looked back since they switched over to that T-side. They seem to have a good read on Cloud9, and Cloud9 starting out in the CT. They have to make adjustments, and adjustments fast. Crims will get lost in the trade. Olofmeister, though, picks himself up a double, and you can't afford that sort of thing down at A-Long, and that leaves Skadoodle on his own. They did go for the double-up setup with Sean Gez, and well, if they have a retake situation, that's going to be real tricky for Skadoodle.
Yeah, double up set up in the first round of overtime. That's going to be crippling to the economy if they can't pull it out. And more important, they're already a man down.
Here we go. JW won out in this duel last time. Skadoodle challenged. Skadoodle instead is backed completely away. Are they already calling for a save here?
It's just gonna. It's got to be a gamble. If they go B, they've got the stack, and if not, they can save the ops.
Oh, flush.
If he's he's hearing the zooming right now. He's going to be walking right in for the double.
That's horrific. That is horrific. Why are you rushing double doors with 2 AWPs?
I don't think there's a good answer for that, really.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you, especially with nothing on the flank, let him clear that close out for you. But I know the idea that they wanted to have was they had no control of A, so they wanted to gain mid control so they could get up towards catwalk, or they could flank long if they wanted to. They know, if there's a lot of members of Fnatic taking long, there's usually going to be only one lurker in middle, and if they could eliminate him and gain that control, they'd have an avenue back into the round. It just completely backfires when you push 2 ops. And now Pronax, no cares in the world, already out mid.
Yeah, I mean, why should they? They know exactly that 2 crossed. We saw JW taking the shots there and just comes running out. He does get taken down. We're going to have some superhero play coming out of Cloud9 members here. They've kind of all gone missing in the last 6-7 rounds. Nobody's really been able to make those incredible plays. Freakazoid with that triple was as close as we got, but as it is, Olofmeister with the bomb creeping his way out. It's going to be a B split. Skadoodle will get smoked off in a moment, and that's going to give them away. Sean Gare's got himself tucked in. It's Flusher smoked off in tunnels. So JW is going to creep around. He's going to find Skadoodle, but doesn't manage to get the flick shot. Skadoodle instead will come out on top, but Olofmeister manages to push on round. Skadoodle gets taken down. Sean Guess all alone in tunnels. Oh, and they've given his position away. They know he's there. Freakazoid and Shroud going to try and wrap around, get there in time, but Sean had to hold on, had to delay. And the head in hands from Moses says it all.
Yeah, 5 on 3. Now it's a 3 on 2. So complete control of the B bomb site for Fnatic. It's going to have to be a quick retake. They don't have any kits. They have 2 flashes. They have no kits. So this has to happen soon.
And they are delaying a bit outside. Fnatic also putting up Molotovs to keep them back. And Olofmeister, he's got very low health here. So if they can get him down quick, maybe they might be able to win this. But
no time.
Run away.
Already too far gone.
I think Freakazoid's going to get caught in the run here as well. No, they're going to be able to get away. Olofmeister's giving fast pace. He's going to try and catch him. He might be able to catch him around the corner, but Freakazoid will be better at him. But economy-wise, they're not looking great. They are not looking good. This is going to be very much a forced mismatch from Cloud9. Just get what you can. They do manage to rescue the AWP for Skadoodle, but that really is the only saving grace. And Fnatic, well, they've got anything they want.
This has got to be...
triple AWP.
Yeah, they're just going to go 8 rounds on the terrace side for Fnatic, going stretching back towards regulation.
I mean, they did have a good T side, but they're going to have to start off incredibly strong. And also that was down to the Superman heroics from Shroud.
And it's so different when you're playing in overtime like this, even though you should be able to pick up maybe 3 rounds yourself on the terror side. Once you know that even a single mistake can cost you this whole grand finals, the pressure is unreal. And all of a sudden, you're going to start making some mistakes maybe you wouldn't. That's part of the game, but it's also potentially going to be hard to watch here. Cloud9 are going to have to come up with a miracle now. Gotta say, it's incredible to see Fnatic being able to pull it back like this.
It's just their experience. I mean, they are double major winners. They are by far the most experienced CSGO team currently out there. They have what available to win, and well, ESL ESEA Pro League Season 1 champions looks like it may be going their way unless Cloud9 can do something to change their fortunes of the last 8-9 rounds running.
Nothing in Sean Gans, and only one of them has a rifle over at that B bomb site, and this is looking like a B execute with Krim sort of faking it out just a little bit over here. And again, no one holding middle at all for Cloud9. There's no control, not even any information to tell that this is going to happen. So they're only going to know by the time they're getting shot at in that B bomb site. Nothing, holding close here with the M4, and they're coming through the window any second. He's going to go down, and there it is. 3 rounds in a row here in overtime for Fnatic. There is nothing they can do to retake this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Fnatic has a good read on the defense when they do a mid-B split, and they don't even smoke off CT spawn. They actually just smoke out the ramp. Crims is going to drop down, grab one more, but a 3-on-1 Shroud. He has a kit, but this is just an insane situation that you have to pull, especially eating a grenade like that. Spammed through the door, smokes everywhere.
Time is ticking.
And even a molly, just for good measure.
Well, I mean, that's what you get when you win all 3 rounds on the T side. You got the utility for days. They didn't need to waste anything going into that B side. It was a simple B split that they did all 3 rounds. Very easy for Fnatic in those few T sides. And that's also sometimes the problem, especially when Cloud9, you go to this overtime situation. The fact that they lost the last 6 rounds on CT, they were already on tilt. They were already having problems. And then to go into overtime and lose another 3 rounds, it's not looking good for Cloud9 right now.
Yeah, the biggest horror about that is that they lost him very much the same way. They lost him because they had no presence in mid whatsoever, and they never changed that.
Well, it's going to be the second half of the overtime coming up now. It has to be 3 straight rounds here for Cloud9, and then we're going to go into double overtime. If Fnatic pick up even 1 on their CT side, that's it. And Olofmeister charging in. He does go down, but JW there quickly, and that's another thing that Fnatic have been so good at, getting the refrags here. Smoke is going to go up, and Pronax is going to put up a very good grenade here. They're going to walk right into it. The follow-up Molotov to burn up a little bit more damage, and Sean goes down. There's JW with the kill. It's looking great for Fnatic. They've done it time and again. 2 major championships, and here it is. They are your victors here at ESL ESEA Pro League Season 1.
All too easy at the end there for Fnatic. They will take the ESL ESEA Pro League, like you say, and it's just really... Cloud9 are going to look back at the Overpass game and this Dust2 game and think, you know what? We should and could have won this tournament. Could have taken it 3-1. They had it in their possession. They were 13-7 or 14-7 on Overpass. They were at 15-10 here on Dust2. It was there. It was match point. They should have been on Inferno or even walking away with this one, but You know, all credit to Cloud9. They have put up a fantastic performance in this tournament, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and they get to play one of the best, if not the best team in the world. So I mean, so that's it's also down to that. And look at their faces.
Fantastic stuff. Congratulations to Fnatic. They are your ESL, ESEA Pro League Season 1 champions.
Yeah, and in outstanding fashion as well.
It's just the experience that they have. You can't take the top off, JW. Wants to put a drink in there, maybe, I'm not too sure.
I mean, if you're Cloud9 here, you're going to have to go back home and think, all right, what's important is we get beat up a couple of times in grand finals like this. Every time we learn and we come back stronger.
Well, also the confidence that you think you had 2 maps won on the best team in the world. You had Overpass, you had Dust2.
Yeah.
Those are maps that definitely should have gone their way.
That puts this current team, this current formation of Fnatic at over $600,000 in winnings now. This current lineup change. 100,000 in there. To Alex and the guys to take us through that incredible Fnatic performance.
Incredible is right, Lee. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, I think Lee summarized it quite beautifully. We had exactly the same thoughts. Natu, you were the one saying it, like, that could have been so different if just a minuscule amount of rounds had gone differently.
Yeah, we could be listening to the American anthem right now easily. It could have been 3-1 C9. Wasn't meant to be. I mean, but
Incredible.
It's a huge testament to Cloud9's abilities. This tournament, they've really shown the world that they're able to really battle with the best. Just running short in the end. Fnatic just proving to be too strong for them.
I think that's going to be the kind of overarching opinion, Devilwalk. You're nodding along like, yep, I feel the same.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm happy Fnatic actually pulled through and worked through. Very unbiased, very unbiased opinion.
Right, okay.
No, but I'm happy for the guys. They've struggled a lot this tournament,
Yep.
so I'm happy they're back on track. Their comms today were excellent, even though the games like. That's even what's amazing about Cloud9's performance is that the comms of Fnatic were really, really spot on.
Yeah.
But Cloud9 was just so good. I mean, incredible.
Just lift up those headphones you've got in front of you on the desk. Could you just make sure we can see what? That's interesting. Okay, just double check.
Colors. I was just
There's colours. I've seen them before.
Yeah, somewhere.
No, but I mean, you've made a very good point that's a real display of skill, and people are not going to underestimate Cloud9 for a long time coming. Semler?
No, they've made a statement.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think all North American teams at this event have made a statement. I think along the entire bracket, the way that it all played out, you have one North American team, one European team, through and through. And so when we have had tournaments in the past, over the past several months, where North American teams have struggled to even pick up a single map versus European teams, we've just had a North American team, the best North American team, basically push the best team in the world to the trenches, to their very limit, basically, to be able to close out this title, a title win that should have really been Fnatic's in the bag, no discussion, and they should have plowed through these guys 3-0.
Yeah.
Might have struggled a little bit, but it should have been a Fnatic win clean. No, it wasn't that. It had to be the battle. And North America can be proud of Cloud9. I think now that they've made a statement, going forward, it's going to be amazing. The next majors only just got more exciting.
I think that's a really good way to think about it. Let's put the brackets on screen, though, and look at a kind of recap of what we witnessed over these 4 days. You said America really showed up, and semi-final 1 was the real testament to that. CLG, of course, falling to Cloud9. And I mean, Europe were tested as well. The fact that we didn't see Envious past the quarterfinals was a big statement as well. We have had such a, I don't want to say surprising again, I feel like I'm running out of words to say the word surprising, but seriously, a crazy event.
Yeah, a very well-deserved final for Cloud9. I mean, that's it right there. You're pointing it out. The fact that it's not like they had the easier bracket per se. They didn't get a free walkthrough. No, they had to go through the French team, a top 3 team in the world. So, I mean, CLG, I'm not going to put CLG up there, and Cloud9 never looked flustered at all when they played them in the semis, but that match right there.
Yeah, that match.
This man right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, old man. Is that the best way to summarize that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been. I mean, let's start right at the beginning. You guys going into Cobble, that was a map that everyone here on the desk said, was a map for Fnatic. Of course, a couple of unfortunate circumstances, but Cloud9 had your number on that map.
Yeah, they did their homework really good, and we didn't play like we wanted to play, and I don't know, we wanted a pause earlier, but something with the E-bot was wrong, so we got it like 2 rounds after, and that got us a little bit mad.
Understandably, yeah. And I mean, going then further through that one, you had a question there.
No, I was just thinking, was that a bad thing? Because the second map, that all of you just went completely insane.
Hulk mode.
Actually,
I don't know about that. I didn't like how I played at all this game. I got carried by my awesome teammates. To be honest, I didn't play good.
well, on overpass, Flusha went
Yeah.
completely crazy, and he actually dropped a 30 bomb there.
You have that kind of flexibility within Fnatic. We were saying on the desk is when you don't show up, or your JW isn't there, you've got another 3 that are there to kind of pick up the frags.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to see myself as some people call me the best player in the world. But like, it's easy to be good in this team when you have like 4 or 5 guys that can go completely nuts at any time. So I see us like the best team in the world. I don't see us as anyone as the best player, because everybody in our team can be the best player. So
a lot of respect there as well.
And I haven't seen anything. I only heard about something. People went mad that I went to pee in Cobblestone. Someone told me that Reddit went crazy. I just wanted to say I don't know why, but admin told me that it was okay to go. So I went, and like one admin told me not to go, and 2 admins told me to go. And I was really needed a pee, and I couldn't do anything. I just went straight to the bathroom. Everybody should see that, and I just went back. So if there were people in the bathroom, I went to the peeing and whatever. I think I don't know if people went mad thinking that I could ghost or whatever, but
it's almost like in exams you need to have someone like escort you there, escort you back.
I have no idea
those days.
What's up, and I'm sorry if people got mad. I was exploding. And we got mad before we couldn't get the pass.
TMI, Olaf. TMI. Yeah, no. But that's all round a massive result for Fnatic. It started with us looking at you guys thinking this was going to be a real test for you. It was. You've had some of your biggest challenges throughout this one. I think back the CLG result, the TSM best of 1. You guys have had to work super hard to get this one. And how does that kind of leave you guys feeling for the major?
Well, it's easy to say now because we won, but it's really fun to see North America stepping up their game, and Cloud9 proved to me that they are one of the best teams in the world. To be honest, like at this tournament, this is one of the biggest, or not the biggest tournament of the year, and they pushed us to the limits, and they got better off envious, and it's a lot of it's fun to see, and you get surprised. To be honest, it's really fun.
What was the hardest thing, in your opinion, playing against Cloud9?
Well, like there's some in your head, because before it was easier to play against them. So you still have that mindset, even though they proved that they are a really good team. You think like it's gonna be easier. Then when they're like, no, dude, we're as good as you guys. So then you get like, oh man, why?
They were winning a lot of close rounds. They were winning a lot of clutches, which is something you guys usually do against them. So.
The overpass was
clutch.
We lost so many rounds, man.
Yeah, and I mean Dust2 as well. That 10-15 or whatever it was that you managed to come back from as well. That you guys, Fnatic just went into that extra mindset that you guys occasionally find.
We did like Nip, man.
Nip. Okay.
All right. Okay.
I think it is time for us to say goodbye now to Semler. While you have a moment, any last thoughts for this tournament as a whole?
Oh, I think
goodbyes.
Goodbyes for the tournament as a whole. I mean, it's pretty much as what Olafmeister just summed up for us, is the fact that North America now, they're here to play. They're a real threat, and like I said, the major is going to be that much more interesting now. We're going to have so many teams now who are a real threat, who can actually take that trophy, that title. So. See us, as if it wasn't already just an amazing game and amazing scene. It just got that much better.
Great learning experience for everyone, I'm sure. Like you said, North American teams really showing up. Just a great testament that we have a great game here going on. It is better for the scene. It's better for everyone that we have teams from everywhere. I'm hoping we have an Asian team in the future coming up, showing up into these kind of tournaments as well. So just been a great ride.
It's been a great ride. You heard it here. It's going to be such a fantastic major. And you can actually get tickets on the ESL website, so do be sure to check that out as well. From all of us here, though, it is time for us to say goodbye. And one last reminder about the esports app. The Score esports app. I've got this wrong. I'm going to get it right. The Score esports app for scores, roundups, and news. Check it out, and we'll see you next time.